Today I'm going to show you just how easy it is to change a battery on one of these Preador 3500 super quiet generators. It's just in a little box down here. I'll show you how to get into it, what to do to change it out, and then I'll tell you where to get one when your battery goes dead on this thing. So this generator has been around the block for a while. I've had it for a long time. You can see all the damage that's been done to it on the sides. I've got it held together by a ratchet strap to keep the side plastics on, to keep it from rattling so bad. It's pretty much lived in the bed of my pickup truck for its entire life. Through snow, rain, everything else, the screen still works, all that still works. It's had 2 feet of snow on top of it that I had to brush off to start it up, but eventually the battery takes a crap. It's been a great generator. It is super quiet. It puts out a lot of output. I've got an RV plug plugged into it that stays there pretty much forever. So I can plug in a camper to it. We'll be using it for our rooftop camper to run the air conditioning and all that stuff. They're great generators. To get one of these, I mean, you go to Harbor Freight, you can get a similar one. They're almost exactly the same thing on Amazon. I'll leave a link down in the description for the Amazon one, and I'll also leave a link for this battery. So I just finished replacing this battery, but I'm going to show you just how easy it is to get at it and what you got to do for it. All right, so here's a little bit better view of what's going on. You have a Phillips screw right here that you loosen, and then you take this door off. It just hooks on the bottom, and then it falls down. The battery is right there. One screw. Then you have this battery strap. So there's a tab that you pull down on. You can unhook that strap. Then you just reach in there and slide that battery out. On top of the battery, yeah, you can see it. There's Phillips screws. Those come with the battery. So it would look just like this, 2 Phillips screws. All you have to do is unscrew the Phillips screw on both of them, and then put the wires back on, positive and negative. Super easy. There's really nothing else to it. You just unscrew it here, and then screw it back in to the new battery. The battery comes pre-charged. You don't have to do anything with it. Then you take your battery, lift up your strap, put it over top of the battery as you put it in, stuff the battery back in the hole, grab your little tab, rehook the strap at the bottom, then put the bottom tabs in there, and then push it up. Mine's a little tweaked, so yours will go together a little bit better. And then tighten this screw up, and you're all set. That's all there is to it. Now this generator, like I said, has been around the block pretty good. You can see how well it runs. I do have another video that shows some things that I did to it to eliminate the overflow hoses and some other things that were making it run bad. And then did a few upgrades and oil change and how to do the oil change on these things and stuff like that. This thing has several thousand hours of running on a cheap Harbor Freight generator. You change the oil, you run these things. You don't have to get fancy with the oil, any oil. I've run everything from just regular 0W15 or whatever to the 1540. Whatever I had laying around in the garage, that's what went in this generator for its entire life. And it's still running with no problems. It's been smashed by fifth wheels and gooseneck trailers and things like that. That's why the housing's all tore up. But as far as runnability, runs perfect. If you liked the video, click the subscribe down there. Don't forget in the links, you can get the link to buy one of these generators, or you can buy your battery. So I hope you enjoyed the video. So now get out there and find your own path.